And I'm like, this is just making for a better movie. Like, anytime, like, oh, made a mistake, going down a weird road now.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. It's that part of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and I totally agree with that. I constantly, from, when did I get my first Walkman? I think I was 12 when I had my first tape Walkman.
Fuck yeah.
And from that day, I started recording songs on my little boombox, and I would record songs on the radio onto my tape player. And so sometimes there'd be a little blip of like the radio person, you know, but
coming up next,
it would be like a series of songs that I loved. And then that would be my soundtrack to however long until I made the next mixtape.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, I should have definitely been one of those people that made movie soundtracks, because I literally would find songs and be like, this is how my day starts.
I would do the exact same thing. I had a soundtrack to my life.
Oh, for sure. And so, like, and there's always, like, there's so many songs that relate to so many things. And I think that's where it is, too, is music, is people need to get back to basics. Music.
Yeah.
Start with music. The minute you channel that fucking negative energy and put it into some music, even if it's just making a mixtape.
That's a creative
of music.
The creative outlet.
Yeah, like you have to find some sort of creative outlet. And if that's you doing yoga, if that's you going on a run, if that's you
painting,
DJ, needle felting, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you do to take that negative energy and harness it and use it into something like that, I guarantee you the world would be a huge and immensely better place.
Jordan Peterson says, you want to make the world a better place? Start by cleaning your room.
Yeah.
And then if you don't know where to go after that, make a schedule of cleaning your room. Mm-hmm. Do it every 2 days. Do it once a week, whatever you need to do.
Well, you know me.
To give you structure.
I hate leaving the house with a bed unmade.
Yeah.
If I don't start my day with making the bed, I feel like something can drastically go wrong.
I feel like this is where we like book matched each other, because you can't leave the house with a bed unmade. I cannot go to bed in a bed that's unmade. Mm-hmm. So it's like,
your hands are us right now.
Oh, Jesus.
And we're intersecting.
So it's like, because I remember having this discussion early on, like, because you would, when you worked at the bookstore, you would make your bed in the morning, but sometimes you'd go back home and then cozy up in bed and read a book or something.
I would.
And then leave your bed unmade. And then I'd be like, I can't go lay in there. And you'd be like, why? And I'm like, it's unmade. And then, but it was like that thing, because I could wake up in the morning, leave my bed unmade, but I'd at least have to make it before I go to bed. You know what I mean?
Remember when I worked at the coffee shop?
It was crazy.
And the brewery. And so I'd wake up sometimes at like 4:30 and I'd go to work. I'd get home at 12 and then I'd get back in bed and then go to work at 5. Remember that crazy ass fucking schedule I used to have?
That was weird.
And that was the weirdest schedule ever. And usually it worked out perfectly fine, because I would work the night at the brewery and then the next day I would work the night shift of the coffee shop. But my week always started out like Tuesdays and Mondays were always like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And then, but I would come home and then I'd fall asleep and just sleep. And I remember I'd stay up late as fuck too. Like,
yeah,
I can't do that now. Like, if I do that now, I'm a wreck the next day. Like,
yeah, I get 7 hours of sleep and I feel like I'm like just shit.
Speaking of which, it's 9:03.
Fuck, it's 3 hours past my bedtime.
I know. But I was going to say we should move the TV into our bedroom and then go to sleep.
That's one thing. It keeps me up.
I know, but I always turn it off.
I know. No,
it's just to like be in bed.
But for other people.
Oh.
I don't know. Some people, they're like, oh, I have to keep the TV on to fall asleep. I think it's just because your mind's so fucking... You're probably the type of person who can't meditate either.
No, I can meditate. I think it's because of the way I was raised. Like, Granny Stubbs and Granny Oink, they always had their TVs on at night. Like, well, and that's another thing, too. So when I was younger, I had really bad asthma. Mm-hmm. And so I had these super bad asthma attacks. And they would, like, send me into panic attacks. And I'd get really fucking scared and just couldn't sleep. And so my parents would sit me in front of the TV, and I would watch like reruns of Friends or David Letterman. Like that was what was on. And so I would watch, or like Frasier, like just the good classics. Like I would sit there and watch that stuff, and like Law and Order, even like with Granny Oink. Granny Oink always had Law and Order on. Grandpa Stubbs usually had the news on. And he was a butcher, so he would get up super early in the morning, and I remember I'd crawl out of bed and watch TV from behind his chair while he sat and drank his morning coffee at like 3 a.m. or something crazy. It'd be like some crazy time, and I'd get up and just like sit and watch whatever he was watching. And it was usually right after I had like some scary asthma attack. So I've correlated going to bed with that notion of I need some sort of something to put me to sleep, and not necessarily, I mean, watch it. Like, I'm definitely a night owl. I'll say that.
Yeah. I think our parents gave us that.
Yeah. But I mean, like, because like I can meditate. I can definitely sit there and have zero thoughts and just sit. But it has to be the time and place. Like, I always did that in that one stretching class, the Zen yoga, where like you just sat and stretched. And I always did that. Like, that was a good time for me just to zone out. But
I think anything that gets your mind to that meditation, whether it's running, yoga. Because
it's not necessarily the TV makes me fall asleep. I don't know. Because like even when you were on tour, the TV was in our room, and I would put it on a timer. It would have a 30-minute timer. And I would lay there for like probably 5 minutes watching whatever it was, and then I'd close my eyes and be out.
Yeah.
But if it were to be on still past that time, it would jerk me awake, and I'd be really upset.
Well, it might be giving you something to meditate on.
Yeah.
It's like, sometimes they have like the singing bowls or a certain tone that you can focus on to help you meditate.
Well, and it's even like the fan. Like, I love the fan. I really do.
Oh, I know. That's another thing that came from.
But the fan thing, I almost hate it because I can't hear anything around me. And that drives me crazy. Like, I like to be able to pinpoint what a noise is. And when the fan's on, I can't tell what the noise is. So I think sleeping with a fan on, like, I slept with it off the whole time you were on tour.
Yeah, and I sleep with a fan on because it drowns out everything.
Like, I can do it when you're home because you're home. But if you're not home, there's nothing on because I want to be able to hear if someone's breaking into something or outside or if there's a cat in the yard. I like to know every single noise.
Yeah, I sleep lighter without the fan.
Yeah.
But I can do without the fan.
I really have to pee. Can I pee?
It is one of those. You need to go?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I've had to pee for like 20 minutes.
Oh.
You can talk. Continue.
So, my dad was a musician. He'd play the drums, and they would have shows at this place called Bromberger's as a kid. And so it was like me, my cousins, kind of a family place. They'd be playing covers, some originals. And it's fucking loud music. We'd eat pizza, drink Snapple, and I'd fall asleep on a wood bench with crazy loud music playing right in front of the monitors. And I think that's what has set me for having that kind of like need to fall asleep with music, need to fall asleep with sound. It took me years just to get to where I can sleep without a fan. Like, isn't that fucking weird? Like most people, they sleep in silence. That was bizarre to me. Like doing that was as bizarre as like trying to sleep in traffic, like sleeping on a road in the middle of traffic. It's insane. but I did it, and I felt like, okay, I've achieved that. It's kind of a meditation. I've gotten to that point. And the less I meditate, the harder it is to actually sleep in silence. Because when I was maybe...
So you should be the one that's more broken than I am.
I wasn't saying it's a broken thing, and I wasn't trying to point it at you. I'm just saying, like...
No, you're broken.
People that watch...
What did I do? Oh.
TV... People that have to fall asleep to TV are also the same type of people. I'm generalizing, I know. Are the same type of people that...
Are racist. I'm just kidding.
Are racist. But no, just have a hard time meditating. Have a hard time shutting off their mind.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know I'm guilty of it. Because lately I never have a hard time sleeping, and lately I have had, and it's because I haven't meditated.
Well, and I also think it's diet.
Oh, for sure.
Like sugar, I've eaten a lot of sugar this weekend. So
sugar gives me ADD for fucking sure.
By the way, I just vacuumed up all these fucking spiders, and there's so many clustered in this corner and that corner and over there and in the bathroom.
I've been calling them.
So that was my rant. But I lost my train of thought. Meditation, blah, blah, blah.
Meditation, sleeping. TV's on.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. So, anyways.
It's all good.
I have no idea. God damn it.
But as long as you're sleeping deep, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I've had a lot of sugar this week because I found a pack at the store that has Swedish Fish and the Watermelon Sour Patch Kids and Sour Patch Kids. It's literally my 3 favorite candies.
Yeah, it's pretty delish.
In one pack. And so I bought those. I gave half of it to the neighbors because they have kids and they'll eat it faster than I will. And because Halloween is still like 28 days away. So I don't need all of that candy in my house, but I love it so much.
I know. I have a hard time balancing life in the nutrition and shit.
We'll get better. We've done it before.
I'm so bipolar. Like, for lunch at work, I'll eat fucking salad without any dressing and
I don't know
just
how you do that.
Grilled, like,
meat,
chicken thigh, chicken, or steak, whatever.
And even me at
lunch. And
it's
grass-fed. It's not like...
I usually fast until, like, 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's what I do. I fast till lunch.
And then I eat a salad and some random nuts in the house, like random little things that I can eat, or a hard-boiled egg. And then we eat pretty good dinner. It's just...
Yeah, our dinners are fairly healthy.
It's the weekends. Weekends, we throw everything out the door.
I drink 20 beers. I eat Junior Mints. Fucking... Everything that's covered in cheese, I'm going to put it in my mouth.
Although we were good this week because we're starting this new thing where Marty is not allowed to eat dairy.
Okay.
And so we're taking it off the menu.
Totally fine. Not angry.
Not going to have dairy.
Totally calm.
And I think it's going to be good.
It'll be good. I've been struggling. If you can't tell, sometimes I sound stuffy. Sometimes I cough. Sometimes I sound like a whiny bitch. And it's probably because of dairy. And
so we're gonna try subtracting dairy,
smack schmary,
and then and we're gonna go from there.
Yeah, see what. And if it's beer, I'll get rid of beer. As much as I hate to say it,
I know, but this sucks. Like, if I can, I remember back to when I had asthma when I was growing up, and I would have late nights of coughing and sneezing and stupid breathing treatments. It was a pain in my ass. I had to breathe in that stupid thing.
Oh yeah,
that
one of those. Yeah,
showed
the vapor
how strong
things,
your lungs were or whatever. And then I had the other thing where it was like the Vicks Vapor Rub bath thing that sat next to your bedside and would just like pump hot water at you.
Yeah, it's the humidifier.
Yeah. And so I had a humidifier. I had breathing treatments. I would take steamy showers at like 2 a.m. Not even steamy showers. It was literally just me sitting